Thank you, Madam Chairman. Chief Constable, my questions relate to recent Republican activity in the city. With regard to the undercar bomb at Shannon Park Golf Club in my constituency, first I would like to indicate that my thoughts are with the officer concerned, his family, club members and residents who were caught up in this attack. Along with all right-thinking people, I too condemn those responsible and remind them that they will never win. The first part of my question relates to this investigation. I would seek an update on the investigation thus far. And then I move because the bomb attack coincided with public displays by Republican terrorists with shots being fired at 2 funerals. So in light of this, and insofar as you can in a public forum, will you tell us, 1, after the first event, what assessment was there of the likelihood of it happening again at the second? 2, as a result of that, what course of action was determined and what was the rationale behind it? 3, where did the guns come from and how did these people gain access to them? And 4, what assurances can you give the wider public through this meeting that you are actively pursuing all those involved in terrorist activity? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. For brevity, I'll just move straight to Barbara, who is the Assistant Chief Constable of Crime Operations.
Thank you. If I can address first of all the bomb that was placed underneath the car of a colleague. It was a viable and it was a sophisticated device, and one that was well placed and that was obviously intent on murder. Obviously intent on murder, with a complete disregard for anyone else who may be caught within the immediate vicinity. Undoubtedly, we believe this was a dissident Republican attack, an attack carried out by violent dissident Republicans. We are at the early stages of this investigation, and we will continue to be relentless in our investigation around that. We believe that there are 2 vehicles associated to the attack, which had been burned out in the early hours of Saturday morning in the Ardoyne area, and appeals have been put out as regards the movements of those vehicles. But as I say, where we are at the moment, it is within a very early stage of investigation. There is different forensic analysis that needs done and other investigative strands. So that is about as much as I can give as regards the update of the investigation now. With regards to the paramilitary displays being referred to as shows of strength, both at the wake of Mr. Michael Kearney, and then the paramilitary showings at the funeral. As regards, if I would deal with the wake first of all, police have no indication whatsoever that there may be any form of show of strength at that, or any form of use of firearms whatsoever. There had been some police actions, certainly in the area, just as regards overview. However, we were completely unsighted to any form of that activity. Moving forward to the day of the funeral, again, we did have a policing operation in place. The proportionality of that operation will always have to be considered against what the activity that is being displayed at that time. What we have seen and what we have evidenced is a number of individuals, quite a number of individuals who were dressed in what has been described as paramilitary type uniforms and clothing. And that has been evidence gathered, and we will continue to develop our criminal investigations around that and liaise closely with the Public Protection Service to establish whether any case can be brought forward through the courts. But that will be subject to investigation. We continue to liaise with the Public Protection Service around that. There have been 3 arrests in relation to the show of strength on the night of the wake, for want of a better term. And there have been various items have been seized, including uniforms, balaclavas, and several other items.